guys, it's Miss Ingle. This is another just for fun drawing activity. So what you need today is a pencil, a piece of paper, an eraser. Make sure you have a good eraser and your coloring materials. All right, and we are going to draw a cornucopia. So if you don't know what a cornucopia is, it is a thing we use for Thanksgiving. It's like a big cone shape, and you usually fill it with fun stuff. Okay, so we're going to draw a cornucopia and some fun fall stuff like a pumpkin and other stuff. Okay, so make sure your paper is horizontal before we start. So if it's facing up and down this way, make sure you turn it sideways. All right, so in the middle of your paper, draw a circle. Okay, and then we're going to draw another circle around that, like that. Okay, and then we're going to draw the cone shape. So at the top of your circle, kind of on the right side, like a curved line up, and then a big curved line down to the bottom of the circle. So it starts at the top, and it goes up, and then way back down to the bottom. And then a cornucopia is made of wicker, usually. And wicker has like lines, like stripes, kind of. So we are going to draw some lines in the angled part, like that. So all the way up to the top, okay? And here's where you're gonna need your eraser. So now we're gonna draw our first pumpkin. So in that first circle we made, we are gonna draw a big pumpkin shape. So kind of like a wonky oval. I know it's hard to see with all my lines. So it kind of starts here. It goes down about where the bottom of your circle is, and then back up, okay? And now we are gonna erase all of the lines inside the pumpkin shape we just drew. So I guess another thing to remember is try not to bear down too hard with your pencil, because it'll make it harder to erase later, because we're gonna do lots of erasing with this project. So there I erased my cornucopia lines, the big circle lines. So now I've just got my pumpkin shape that's in front, okay? And then I'm gonna finish this pumpkin by drawing some curved lines to make it look like a pumpkin. So I'm kind of starting with like a big oval shape, and I'm gonna draw some curved lines on either side of that. And if when you're drawing your curved lines, you don't like the original pumpkin shape that you made, you can erase it. Like, I don't like how I drew my pumpkin shape at first. So I'm gonna erase some more lines. Okay? So I had like a big oval in the middle, and then I did a curved line in between my oval shape and the outside of my pumpkin. Okay? And now we're just going to draw a little rectangle shape for the stem. So I made mine curvy. Alright, and now we're going to draw another pumpkin. So right about in this area, draw a smaller pumpkin. Okay? So another little oval shape. So there's my pumpkin shape. And one more time, we're going to erase all the lines that are inside of our little pumpkin now. So I'm going to erase everything right here. All right? And don't be like me. I bared down too hard on my first pumpkin, so it doesn't erase very well. Try to draw your lines nice and light so they're easy to erase. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing I did with this pumpkin. So I'm going to draw an oval in the middle, and then a curved line in between my oval and the outside line, just like I did on this side. Oval. Two curved lines inside your big oval shape, okay? And then we can draw another little stem. And if there are other pumpkin lines inside your stem, make sure to erase those too. So there was a little bit of other pumpkin lines in there, so I erased that. Okay, so now you've got your cornucopia, big pumpkin, and little pumpkin. So now I'm gonna draw one more pumpkin over here, and it's gonna go behind this pumpkin. So I'm gonna draw another like in front of the cornucopia circle, but behind these two pumpkins, like a curved line right there. All right, so we actually are gonna erase just a little bit. You can see where the cornucopia circle is interfering with my pumpkin. So I'm gonna erase those little lines right there to show that my pumpkin is in front now. And then don't forget to draw your stem. So now I've got cornucopia and 3 pumpkins. So then right about here, I'm gonna draw like a little sunflower, because sunflowers bloom in the fall, like August to right about now. They don't bloom for very long because they need sunshine. And winter does not have a lot of sunshine. So I'm gonna draw a big circle kind of out here, and then some like a smaller circle in the middle, like that. And then I'm going to draw some flower petals. And your flower is going to be kind of big, so it's going to go a little bit in front of your pumpkins, because sunflowers are really big. They're like this big. They're really big flowers. So I've got my first layer of flower petals, and see, they went a little bit in front of my pumpkin, so I'm going to erase those lines. And then I'm going to draw another layer of little petals behind those petals. And same thing, I'm going to erase all those lines from the pumpkin. Alright, so I erased the pumpkin lines. So now it should look something like this. So then I'm going to draw like a little apple in front of my biggest pumpkin, because apples are a fall fruit. Like cinnamon apples. Cinnamon apples are good. Or candy apples and caramel apples. Those come out this time of year too. So not too big, because apples are a lot smaller than pumpkins. But this is my apple shape right here in front of my big pumpkin. And it's kind of like a little dip. It's like a big circle, but it's got 2 dips, one on the bottom and one on the top. And then remember, erase your lines inside your apple. And then apples have stems too, but they're a lot smaller, so they're not quite this thick. So I'm just going to draw like a little curvy line right there. Just like that. Whoop. And then apples usually grow, well, they do grow on trees, and trees have leaves. So if you want, you can add a little leaf right there. And then inside my leaf there was a pumpkin line, so I erased that to show that my leaf is in front. So now we can draw some more lines on the cornucopia. So like I was saying earlier, it is made of like a wicker type material. And if you don't know what wicker is, it's brown and it's got lots of fun texture around the circle part of the cornucopia, just like we did on the triangle part that goes back. We are going to draw some curved lines all the way around. So starting back here between your pumpkins, just some short lines that go all the way around. And I made mine kind of curved to show that it's round, but you don't have to. You can make them straight if that makes it easier for you. All right, and so now down here, since there's a whole bunch of empty space, we can decorate it with some leaves and some acorns, because guess what? Those are fall too. Everything is falling off of the trees this time of year, like flowers and leaves and acorns and even apples. So we are going to decorate our ground with some stuff. So acorns are pretty easy to draw. It's like a little teeny tiny oval. Acorns are very small. So don't draw them too big. Teeny tiny oval, a big U shape, and then a little stem. And you can draw as many of those as you want, and you can put them wherever you want to. But make sure they don't go too high, because they still got to be on the ground. And then you can draw some leaves too. So I'm going to draw a leaf in front of my apple, because I feel like it. And I'm going to draw another leaf on the other side of the cornucopia, because it's pretty empty. So I drew 2 acorns, I drew a leaf right here, and then I erased that line from the apple. I drew another leaf over here. And I think I'm going to add some more acorns on this side too. So now we're forgetting our horizon line. So about right here, like the top of this medium pumpkin in the back, draw your horizon line. So a straight line out from the edge of where you drew your objects all the way to the end of the paper. Because remember, the horizon line is what separates the ground from the sky. So I drew mine out from the edge of my pumpkin and then out from the edge of this cornucopia. Okay? So now you can outline with a black crayon or marker if you've got it, and that will make it stand out real nice, and then you can color however you want. I will say cornucopias are usually brown, because remember it's almost like wood, and wood is brown. So maybe you would color this like a light brown, and then in here maybe a really dark brown to show that it's a shadow, because it opens up right here. It's like a big cone. So maybe a darker brown to show the shadow.